As Chancellor of the University, I declare this congregation open for the conferring of degrees by the authority of the Senate and the Council.
As Vice-Chancellor, I am delighted to welcome you all to this degree congregation, parents, friends and graduands of the University of Leicester. It is a celebration for all those who graduate today. We celebrate your many achievements that culminate in the award of a degree from a major international research and teaching-led university. While you have been with us, the university has developed and changed. We are now a community of 18,500 students and 3,000 staff with a turnover of £167 million. It all demonstrates that universities are complex organisations. They are businesses with higher education at their heart. In these circumstances, the higher education sector has become a topic of interest to the media who regularly evaluate our work. In the last year, we have appeared in a range of league tables. In August, we were placed in the top 20 research-intensive universities based on data produced by the University of Cambridge. We were also one of only 17 UK universities to appear in the top 200 universities and the top 500 universities in the world, being placed 179th among the top 200 and in 151st place in the top 500. I certainly believe that the latter table is much more valid. In May, we were placed in 24th position in the Times League table. Our position improved by 5 places this year, and we intend to go higher. Think of it like this: the higher we are placed in those league tables, the greater the perceived value of your degree from this university. But what contributes to our league table position? First, the development of teaching. This year, Leicester has been awarded 3 Centres of Excellence in Teaching and Learning in a national competition in the fields of genetics education, geography and physics. This makes us one of only 16 universities awarded more than one of these innovative centres in the UK. In addition, subject reviews by external groups has resulted in 14 consecutive marks of excellence for this university. We know that this has only been matched by one other UK university. And finally, national teaching fellowships have been awarded to our staff, last year to Dr. Derek Rain in physics, and this year to Dr. Chris Wilmot in biochemistry. We are very proud of their achievements. In research, we have been identified as a leader in the field. And I'm sure that members of the Faculty of Law will be very pleased to learn that in a very tough competition, Professor Robin White has been awarded an Arts Humanities Research Council grant to engage in a project that consists of an analysis of judgments in the European Court of Human Rights. This project will be located alongside much other excellent work in our Department of Law, which engages in such a range of work, including research studies on social security and also on the influence of law on public policy. While in the Faculty of Education and Continuing Studies, the School of Education has won a national competition to establish a science education centre for the East Midlands, a centre that engages in research and development activities for teachers. And I hope that those of you who are graduating this morning who intend to work in the locality will use the services of your university once again. We have also continued to develop high-quality facilities for staff and students. We have taken delivery of the Henry Wellcome Building for Biomedical Sciences that provides a £22 million state-of-the-art facility for biological scientists. This brings our total committed investment in biological sciences to £42 million this year. The Space Science and Mathematical Modelling Building was also opened this year and named in honour of our Chancellor, Sir Michael Atiyah. And among new developments, our work on the University Library project, an essential part of the research and teaching infrastructure of this university. It is a £28 million project which we hope will be finished in 2 years' time. Meanwhile, on our residential estate in Oadby, we are constructing a 581 study bedroom hall of residence that will be opened in September 2006. It is all these facilities that are designed to enhance the student experience in this university. Our contribution to the community comes in many different forms. Contact, a student volunteer organisation that the President of the Student Union often refers to as the Vice-Chancellor's favourite society, has seen over 500 students volunteering this year to help with right-to-read schemes, holidays for disabled children, and work in adventure playgrounds. For those of you who have conducted this work and created these facilities, you have empowered the people concerned. It changes their lives. They will never forget the contribution that you as Leicester students have made for them. Our Arts Week connects with those engaged in dance, drama and music, where many links are made with local schools through the school's arts exhibition staged in the university. Meanwhile, our Centre for Disability in the Arts, named after Lord Richard Attenborough, promotes dance, music and the visual arts through classes and public performances by international artists. Last Friday, our 4th International Sculpture Show was opened in the Botanic Gardens and once again highlights the university's contribution and support to the arts. This year, it celebrates the centenary of the Royal British Society of Sculptors. The exhibits are expensive, but I can say that viewing is free, and I do strongly recommend it to all concerned. We need to constantly plan and build new facilities and raise funds for them. This year, we have raised over £3 million to commence work on a cardiovascular research institute and also to develop the university library. Indeed, if during this degree congregation you feel inclined to flick through the brochure, do arrive at the last page where you will find that there is an opportunity to sponsor a chair in the university library. So for those of you who have fond memories of working in the library over the last 3 or 4 years, or indeed, if you like to persuade your parents that you spent huge amounts of time in the library, that would be the thing to do, persuade them to sponsor a chair. Our work in this university never stops, I'm pleased to say. We are creating plans for new research, new teaching programs and new community links. And we do this in several ways. First, by developing our contribution to the arts through links with established artists in the locality. Secondly, by developing new research programs in law and education, in medicine, genetics, forensic science, the list is endless. New teaching programs and appointments are being made in film, the media, and chemistry. And there are further exhibitions planned in the Richard Attenborough Centre during the course of the coming academic year. It all goes to demonstrate that you are members of a very dynamic university. Finally, I would like to congratulate you all on the degrees you have obtained. We hope you keep in touch with the university, and I shall look forward to meeting you at alumni events. But before I close, I'd just like to let you know that during the course of this week, as well as running degree ceremonies, we've been having a competition between the faculties. And the competition is basically which faculty can applaud loudest and longest. And I'm sorry to say that in the past, the faculties of law and education have not managed to get even into second place. Every year, everyone tells me medicine is likely to win, and I have to say, they're hotly tipped for tomorrow morning. But I want you to demonstrate to us throughout this degree ceremony that you're going to come in second place this year and that you will really take on the Faculty of Medicine and Biological Sciences. So I would now like to invite you to join with me in showing your appreciation to your parents, relatives, friends and sponsors who have supported you through the university. So I would now ask the graduating class of 2005 to join with me in a round of applause for those people. That's very good. You could be in with a chance this year. Have an enjoyable day, applaud your fellow students, and all good wishes to you in your future careers. This morning is a very special occasion because it is the first year in the history of the university that we have decided to introduce a new award of Distinguished Honorary Fellow. It is a title that we have introduced to identify distinguished service to the university. At any one time, there will only be a maximum of 24 recipients of this award. It is the highest award that the university will give. Normally, the recipients will already possess an honorary degree from this university, and they will also have engaged in distinguished service over very many years. It is therefore a great pleasure for me to be able to welcome and to introduce to this degree congregation Dr. Helen Scott. Helen Scott received an honorary degree from this university in 1985. And quite rightly, given that she had already by then a lifetime of very distinguished service in a legal career, an equally distinguished career in business, and just because that wasn't enough, she had also decided to participate in a whole range of organisations in Leicester and Leicestershire, many of which she led not only nationally and international situations, but also into international events. And I'm delighted to say that the Vice-Chancellor of the day, Maurice Schock, was very clever in persuading Helen Scott to join the council of this university. And she served in the university as a member of council for some 16 years. Now, she completed her service as a member of council just before I arrived in the university. So you may say, so you won't know Helen Scott terribly well. Well, I can assure you that many members of staff in this university, including the Vice-Chancellor, you get to know Helen Scott very quickly, and also you're really delighted that you get to know Helen Scott because she is very supportive of every member of staff who she encounters. She is very supportive of every activity in this university. And I can guarantee that if there's a national league table published in any newspaper, and I meet Helen Scott, she will always have very perceptive comments to make on where the university has done well, where we could improve, and in particular, what other universities she'd like to see Leicester beat. It's really exciting stuff, and it's really exciting when Helen comes to visit departments. On a number of occasions each year, she comes to visit people who work in the Faculty of Medicine and Biological Sciences, sometimes to people in law, and she regularly pays trips, we're pleased to say, to purchase books in the university bookshop. So as a consequence, you can see Helen Scott plays a huge role in this university in all sorts of different ways. Indeed, I often think it's rather like a hidden signature influencing the activity of the university in a very distinguished way. It is a great pleasure for me to be able to introduce Helen Scott to you very briefly this morning, and it is an equal pleasure, Mr. Chancellor, to invite you to bestow on Dr. Helen Scott the title Distinguished Honorary Fellow of the University of Leicester.
I confer on you the title of Distinguished Honorary Fellow of the University of Leicester, and delighted to have you as the first recipient. Here's the Thank you very much.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, all members of Senate and the University, and ladies and gentlemen, today, I am very grateful to have this opportunity to speak in public to thank you for this new, most prestigious award of Honorary Distinguished Fellow of the University of Leicester. I feel immensely proud and privileged. To all you young people, young graduates, accompanied by your proud parents and friends, on this very memorable day for you, there are two thoughts I would like to leave in your minds. The first is opportunity. In 1938, I graduated and called to the bar. I became a member of the Inner Temple, and I joined the Midland Circuit and began to practice in London. It was pioneering. There were no women at the bar in those days. War was declared, I married, and came to live in Leicester, and hence some of the tributes that have been given to me today by the Vice-Chancellor. I was called up, and on appeal, which was necessary, I was appointed a member of the Ministry of Labour Appeals Tribunal in Leicester. War ended, and then came a big change for me. My life completely changed. I began to take an interest in local affairs and even managed a farm successfully, though farming would never be my métier in life. Opportunity. In 1958, I entered the field of commerce and industry, and I loved the cut and thrust of business life. I was appointed a director of a company in Leicester, and from that first appointment, many directorships followed, together with other appointments. Opportunity again. In 1958, I was made chairman of the initial company, which had then become a public group of companies, the BSS Group plc, listed on the stock exchange. And from this further appointment came a number of public appointments and commitments. Excuse me. In 1972, opportunity struck again. I was made the first lady president of the Leicester Chamber of Commerce and led trade missions around the world, for which I was honored with an OBE in 1973 for services to exports. In 1973, Sir Maurice Shock, who was then Vice-Chancellor, invited me to join the Court and Council of the University. I accepted with alacrity, and from this first appointment, I was honored, as you have heard, with an Honorary Director of Laws. And in 2002, I was made a life member of the Council. My second thought for you is very apt. It comes from a poem that was written by Sybil Marshall when an old lady, aged 80 years of age, taken from her book, A Nest of Magpies. It reads thus: "Yesterday returneth not, tomorrow mayhap cometh not. There is today, misuse it not." These two thoughts have been very beneficial to me during my life, and I hope they will be equally so to all of you, whatever your careers may be your choice. Thank you.
The graduands in the Faculty of Law will be presented by the Dean, Professor McHale. Will all graduands in the faculty please stand?
Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to admit these candidates from the Faculty of Law to the several degrees for which they are presented.
Graduands of the Faculty of Law, by the authority of the Senate, I admit you to the several degrees which you are presented.
For the degree of Master of Laws in European Union Law Commercial, Gary Clark. Dorian Gerarda. Yoshiharu Ishikawa. Andrea Gelete. Maureen Johnson. Stephen Kerr. Alexander Papadopoulos. For the degree of Master of Laws in European Union Law Employment, Christina Christou. Magdalena Mierzuska. For the degree of Master of Laws in Human Rights, Denise Grants. For the degree of Master of Laws in Law and Employment Relations, Robert Avery.
Congratulations, well done, sir.
Alexandra Bird.
Congratulations.
Connie Cliff.
Congratulations.
Louise Curtis.
Congratulations.
Rawle Eastmond.
Congratulations.
Elizabeth Edwards.
Congratulations.
Jane Hartley.
Congratulations.
Emma Jones.
Congratulations.
Alison Light.
Congratulations.
Linda Merritt.
Congratulations.
Linda Nene.
Congratulations.
Michael Pope.
Congratulations.
Sonali Shah.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Laws in Social Welfare Law, James Melville.
Congratulations.
Mayo Winpei.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Arts in European Union Law, Commercial, Elaine Heinemann.
Congratulations.
Eric Polstrup.
Congratulations.
Barbara Schmidt.
Congratulations.
Alan Alexander Thompson.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Arts in European Union Law, Employment, Susanna Altmail Ennis.
Congratulations.
Matthias Muller.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Law and Employment Relations, Alka Barrett.
Congratulations.
Sheena Barrett.
Congratulations.
Julie Blood.
Congratulations.
Nigel Brown.
Congratulations.
Trevor Colling.
Congratulations.
Carol Donaldson.
Congratulations.
Caroline Futch.
Congratulations.
Carol Granger.
Congratulations.
Guy Holden.
Congratulations.
Brian Rosa.
Congratulations.
Samantha Ruffle.
Congratulations.
Alan Taylor.
Congratulations.
Richard Trotter.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Social Welfare Law, Anne Berry.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, Florence Ababy.
Congratulations.
Robbie Abraham.
Congratulations.
Ama Achi Ampong Mensa.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Ackland.
Congratulations.
Sharif Adam.
Congratulations.
Philip Adams.
Congratulations.
Tara Adifu.
Well done.
Anika Afrifrifa Adi.
Congratulations.
Nevi Aga Piu.
Congratulations.
Farah Ahmed.
Congratulations.
Neil Aitken.
Congratulations.
Daniel Alexander.
Congratulations.
Nadia Ali.
Congratulations.
Ruth Allen.
Congratulations.
Denise Amink.
Congratulations.
Vanessa Amua.
Congratulations.
Mohsin Arif.
Congratulations.
Geshara Nathwal.
Congratulations.
Jonathan Aikens.
Congratulations.
Darshan Assad.
Congratulations.
Sarah Baker.
Congratulations.
Gemma Ballard.
Congratulations.
Paula Barnes.
Congratulations.
Lee Barraclough.
Congratulations.
Tom Barrett.
Congratulations.
Chloe Barton.
Congratulations.
Hayley Batchelor.
Congratulations.
Darren Batt.
Congratulations.
Kirsty Beasley.
Congratulations.
Oleg Beloff.
Congratulations.
Malcolm Bodie.
Congratulations.
Claire Bond.
Congratulations.
Christopher Booth.
Congratulations.
Laura Bolt.
Congratulations.
Holly Buckley.
Congratulations.
Nicole Butler.
Congratulations.
Neil Campbell.
Congratulations.
Richard Carroll.
Congratulations.
Helen Casey.
Congratulations.
Della Charles.
Congratulations.
Zinat Chowdhury.
Congratulations.
Tinufaru Chawatimia.
Congratulations.
Dexter Chi.
Congratulations.
Amy Chun Viratsku.
Congratulations.
Idaluka Chitwan.
Congratulations.
Manisha Shohan.
Congratulations.
Rizwan Choptat.
Congratulations.
Rumaina Chowdhury.
Congratulations.
Laura Clegg.
Congratulations.
Laura Conway.
Congratulations.
Sarah Cooper.
Congratulations.
Leanne Copley. Laura Dalton.
Congratulations.
Andrew Davis. Beatrice Dawson. Winner of the Eversheds Commercial Law Prize, Sophie Dawson.
Congratulations on your prize.
Matthew Dick.
Congratulations.
Winner of the John Holyoake Prize, Louisa DeYoung.
Well done. Congratulations on your prize.
Stephen Doherty.
Congratulations.
Russell Dowling.
Congratulations.
Stephen Driscoll.
Congratulations.
Lydia Edwards.
Congratulations.
Claire Elford.
Congratulations.
Susan Enyon.
Congratulations.
Bukola Fasuba.
Congratulations.
Helen Fenson.
Congratulations.
Gemma Fenton.
Congratulations.
Davina Fernandez.
Congratulations.
Haniel Fernandez.
Congratulations.
Brendan Flaherty.
Congratulations.
Claire Fletcher.
Congratulations.
Peter Francis.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Mayfront Prize, Thomas Frost.
Congratulations. Well done on your prize.
Jonathan Geary.
Congratulations.
Anne Gerson.
Congratulations.
Shazmina Gumra.
Congratulations.
Duncan Gibbons.
Congratulations.
Rakna Gokani.
Congratulations.
Catherine Gooding.
Congratulations.
Amy Goodman.
Congratulations.
Simon Green.
Congratulations.
Robin Greenacre.
Congratulations. Okay.
Charlotte Hale.
Congratulations.
Bradley Harris.
Congratulations.
Laura Haskell.
Congratulations.
Sarah Hayes.
Congratulations.
Adam Heath.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Hemmings.
Congratulations.
Lisa Hewitson.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Nicola Hewitt.
Congratulations.
Samuel Hill.
Congratulations.
Charlotte Hilton.
Congratulations.
Gary Hingle.
Congratulations.
Catherine Hodge.
Congratulations.
James Hodgson.
Congratulations.
Richard Holmes.
Congratulations.
John Hudson.
Congratulations.
Tasneem Husnu.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Harvey Ingram Ouston Law of Contract Prize, Munib Hussain.
Congratulations and well done on your prize.
Nadrama Iman.
Congratulations.
Pavlina Arano.
Congratulations.
Raida Iqbal.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Rivla Jalipa.
Congratulations.
David Jenkins.
Congratulations.
Catherine Jenkinson.
Congratulations.
Haley Johnson.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Jones.
Congratulations.
Sam Jones.
Congratulations.
Gurdeep Kaur.
Congratulations.
Navinda Kaur.
Congratulations.
Nijraz Kaswala.
Congratulations.
Afifa Karan.
Congratulations.
David Kitchen.
Congratulations.
Lindsay Knott.
Congratulations.
Nikhil Kulkarni.
Congratulations.
Reena Kumar.
Congratulations.
Winner of the John Holyoake Prize, Katrina Kwan.
Congratulations and well done on your prize.
Winner of the Freshfields Brookhouse Derringer Mooting Prize, Thomas Lafferty.
Congratulations and well done on your prize.
Sonia Lau.
Congratulations.
Julian Lawrence.
Congratulations.
David Lewis.
Congratulations.
Jake Lindsay.
Congratulations.
Suzanne Ludlow.
Congratulations.
Mary Makara.
Congratulations.
Rachel Mann.
Congratulations.
Grace Marsh.
Congratulations.
Carly Mather.
Congratulations.
Callie Maximed.
Congratulations.
Vipul Mehta.
Congratulations.
David Merritt.
Congratulations.
Stephen Millwall.
Congratulations.
Monica Merchandani.
Congratulations.
James Moore.
Congratulations.
Loris Muller.
Congratulations.
John Mullen.
Congratulations.
Craig Murray.
Congratulations.
Caroline Mwangi.
Congratulations.
Sankya Nanji.
Congratulations.
Sejal Nancy.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Harvey Ingram Austin Law of Tort Prize, Charmaine Ung.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Eric Unkumdubanako.
Congratulations.
Judith O'Connor.
Congratulations.
Nellie Odendo.
Congratulations. Well done.
James Oliver.
Congratulations.
Michael Overall.
Congratulations.
Emma Page.
Congratulations.
Hannah Paling.
Congratulations.
Natalie Parker.
Congratulations.
Selina Patel.
Congratulations.
Radhika Pathak.
Congratulations.
Gurpreet Paul.
Congratulations.
Paul Peake.
Congratulations.
Joel Pearson.
Congratulations.
Alexandra Pelling.
Congratulations.
Sharon Percival.
Congratulations. Well done.
Majoran Perithambi.
Congratulations.
Netanel Pinisov.
Congratulations. Well done.
Zuzana Pozima.
Congratulations.
Zoe Poole.
Congratulations.
Nikki Poulter.
Congratulations.
Eronwi Priestawi.
Congratulations.
Isha Prince.
Congratulations.
Aisha Rahman.
Congratulations.
Sidra Rasul.
Congratulations.
Matthew Reed.
Congratulations.
Winner of the House Percival Prize, Lisa Reeves.
Congratulations. Well done on your prize.
Gary Reichman.
Congratulations.
Catherine Rippon.
Congratulations.
Sarah Ritson.
Congratulations.
Katie Robertson.
Congratulations.
David Robinson.
Congratulations.
Daniel Rook.
Congratulations.
Ida Roslin.
Congratulations.
Laura Rostance.
Congratulations.
Amal Salim.
Congratulations.
Faisal Samisha.
Congratulations.
Ravinda Sankara.
Congratulations.
Neha Sangriha.
Congratulations.
Sherlyn Seat.
Congratulations.
Jatan Shah.
Congratulations.
Kuan Sham.
Congratulations.
Reena Sharma.
Congratulations. Well done.
Poonam Sindhu.
Congratulations.
Ben Skelton.
Congratulations.
Lena Slim.
Congratulations.
Emma Smith.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Laura Smith.
Congratulations.
Ekla Smithen.
Congratulations.
Prabjot Sahal.
Congratulations.
Oliver Southern.
Congratulations.
Catherine Spencer.
Congratulations.
Jane Spears.
Congratulations.
Ashley Stewart.
Congratulations.
Jennifer Stotch.
Congratulations.
Roxanne Stromer.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Clyde & Co Prize in Competition Law, the Morgan Cole Prize, Company Law Prize, the Leicestershire Law Society Prize, and the Faculty of Law Prize, Stelia Stilianou. Winner of the Roger Benedictus Memorial Prize in Employment Law, Diana Sunnar. Narinder Saray. Shivani Ta. Deborah Tan. Victoria Tanusis. Caroline Tardif. Indivir Tatla. Christopher Taylor. Rebecca Tester.
Congratulations. Well done.
Kush Thakrar. Gunvir Tethe. Eleanor Thornton.
Congratulations.
Mark Thurlow. Andrew Tibber. Edward Tomlin.
Congratulations.
Kim Toole.
Congratulations.
Derek Chison.
Congratulations.
Guanjay Chu.
Congratulations. Well done.
Stuart Tim.
Congratulations.
Christopher Unsworth.
Congratulations.
Faiza Vaid.
Congratulations.
Sanjay Vasani.
Congratulations.
Katie Walker.
Congratulations.
Philip Warburton.
Congratulations.
Layla Waters.
Congratulations.
Glyn Webb.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Whitlock.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thomas Widrington May.
Congratulations.
Johan Videshinga.
Congratulations.
Thomas Wilding.
Congratulations.
Benjamin Williams.
Congratulations.
Thomas Williams.
Congratulations.
Esther Wong.
Congratulations.
Lok Man Wong.
Congratulations.
Daniel Woolston.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Sarah Rathtel.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Amy Wright.
Congratulations.
Laura Wright.
Congratulations.
Alexandra Wrightston.
Congratulations.
Alexandra Sekos.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law, European Union, Carly Bond.
Congratulations. Well done.
Gabor Tola.
Congratulations.
Sarah Walters.
Congratulations. Well done.
Christopher Widdowson.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law International, Michael Ashby.
Congratulations.
Michelle Clark.
Congratulations.
Ellen Justice.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Sweeton Maxwell Prize, Rupal Mehta.
Congratulations.
Francesca Mendez.
Congratulations. Well done.
Avani Raichata.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Harvey Ingram Austin Law of Contract Prize, Stephen White. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws in Law with French Law and Language, Sonia Andrews.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lucy Beda-Franks.
Congratulations.
Siobhan Crawford.
Congratulations.
Natalie Cundale.
Congratulations.
Christine Gray.
Congratulations.
Victoria Hardy.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Madeline Healy.
Congratulations.
Namisha Kanabar.
Congratulations.
Aisha Kokhtar.
Congratulations.
Jane Liu.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Rachel Noten.
Congratulations.
Helen Simmons.
Congratulations.
Anais Spacey.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Howe's Percival Prize, William Spickett.
Congratulations. Well done on your time.
Michael Turvey.
Congratulations.
Samuel Akapata.
Congratulations.
Gentjan Kresniki.
Congratulations.
Mr Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to admit to the several degrees for which they are presented by my faculty those candidates who are absent.
By the authority of the Senate, I admit those candidates who are absent to the several degrees for which they are presented.
The University invites all those present now to observe 2 minutes silence in memory of those who died in terrorist attacks in London a week ago. The ceremony will now continue. The graduands in the Faculty of Education and Continuing Studies will be presented by the Dean, Professor Fogelman. Will all graduands in the faculty please stand?
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to admit these candidates from the Faculty of Education and Continuing Studies to the several degrees for which they are presented.
Graduands of the Faculty of Education and Continuing Studies, by the authority of the Senate, I admit you to the several degrees for which you are presented.
For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Shoshana Plavin.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations. Well done.
Lawrence Trevelyan Rogers.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations, Lawrence. That's splendid. Well done.
Mikhail Saad.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Doctor of Education, Heidi Barton.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations.
Yuetwa Fanny Chow.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations.
Muge Gunders.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations.
Diane Keeble Allen.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations. Well done.
Peter Kent.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations.
James Pounder.
Thank you. I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations. Well done.
Chester Tsang.
I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Education. Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics and the Teaching of English to Speakers of Other Languages, Marianne Suleiman Al-Shahab.
Congratulations. Well done.
Irene Adronikou.
Congratulations.
Caroline Bentley.
Congratulations.
Hassan Osman.
Congratulations.
Gillian Sessions.
Congratulations.
Wendy Smeets.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Primary Education, Mwenya Musanshi.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Professional Studies in Education, Patricia Mendez.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Educational Management, Susan Allenby.
Congratulations.
Josette Attard.
Congratulations.
Lynette Cassidy.
Congratulations.
Emma Clothier.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Patricia Forbes.
Congratulations.
Charles Gahima.
Congratulations.
Clinton Gillett.
Congratulations.
Merlene Gittins.
Congratulations. Well done.
Angela Holder.
Congratulations. Well done.
Christine Lenihan.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Matthew May.
Congratulations.
Carmel McAuliffe.
Congratulations.
Richard Moore.
Congratulations.
Catherine Oates.
Congratulations.
Donna Phillip.
Congratulations.
Sharon Elizabeth Shaw.
Congratulations. Well done.
Victor Williams.
Congratulations. Well done.
Alicia Wilson.
Congratulations.
Alison Worthy.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Beverly Wright.
Congratulations.
For the degree of Master of Science in Educational Leadership, Debbie Lee Smith-Mills.
Congratulations. Well done.
For the degree of Arts Foundation degree in Educational Studies for Teaching Assistants, Amanda Anderson.
Congratulations. Well done.
Francis Bacon.
Congratulations. Well done.
Wendy Bailey.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lillian Bedford.
Congratulations.
Kim Booth.
Congratulations. Well done.
Susan Callender.
Congratulations. Well done.
Louise Castle.
Congratulations.
Jane Cook.
Congratulations.
Deborah Dickinson.
Congratulations.
Pat Fairmer-Dunman.
Congratulations.
Claire Fisher.
Congratulations.
Claire Ford.
Congratulations.
Jane Favard.
Congratulations.
Ashley Gibson.
Congratulations.
Louise Gilbert.
Congratulations.
Louise Goodlip.
Congratulations.
Zoe Halden.
Congratulations.
Carol Hall.
Congratulations.
Petula Hardy.
Congratulations.
Louise Headley.
Congratulations.
Pauline Holden.
Congratulations.
Louise Johnson.
Congratulations.
Jackie Kitch.
Congratulations.
Susan Kuvitz.
Congratulations.
Edith Lapran.
Congratulations.
Tracy Lidgett.
Congratulations.
Sharon Lomas.
Congratulations.
Aisha Makdar.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Nahida Memon.
Congratulations.
Gillian Okuniewski.
Congratulations.
Samantha Opara.
Congratulations.
Julie Perry.
Congratulations.
Karen Piper.
Congratulations.
Christine Rhodes.
Congratulations.
Stella Shannon.
Congratulations.
Abigail Shepherd.
Congratulations.
Kate Shinkins.
Congratulations.
Susan Simmons.
Congratulations.
Sandra Simkin.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Carol Sparrow.
Congratulations.
Sally Speechley.
Congratulations.
Jacqueline Sproston.
Congratulations.
Nicola Stubley.
Congratulations.
Jane Turnbull.
Congratulations.
Winner of the Hayes Educational Prize for Development in Early Years Education, Jackie Warner.
Congratulations and very well done on your prize. Well done.
Louise White.
Congratulations.
Anne Woodward.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jacqueline Yarnall.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Audrey Eunice.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I ask you to admit to the several degrees for which they are presented by my faculty those candidates who are absent.
By the authority of the Senate, I admit those candidates who are absent to the several degrees for which they are presented.
An academic colleague nominated for the award of a University Teaching Fellowship will now be presented by the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Learning and Teaching, Professor Fothergill.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you this academic colleague who has been nominated on the recommendation of the Learning and Teaching Committee for the award of a University Teaching Fellowship for 2005-2006 in recognition of his inspirational contributions to teaching on undergraduate and postgraduate law programmes, Mr. Peter Kumper, Department of Law.
Dame Tanni Grey-Thompson is the world's best-known Paralympic athlete and has represented Britain and her native Wales at the highest level of competition for almost 20 years. She has raced all over the world in distances ranging from 100 metres to the marathon. In 5 Paralympic Games, she has won 16 medals, of which 11 are gold, and broken world records at 4 distances. In the London Marathon, she has won 6 gold medals. This is achievement on a prodigious scale, and its significance extends far beyond the glory that rightly surrounds her. Her very considerable media exposure, particularly in the marathons, has, as The Guardian observed, done far more to normalise attitudes to wheelchair users than any number of activists chaining themselves to the gates of Downing Street. On the global stage, Dame Tanni has not only excelled in the Paralympics, but has been an effective champion of sport for disabled athletes. The Paralympics originate in the Stoke Mandeville Games of 1948, which in 1960 evolved into the first Paralympic Games. For the next 30 years, the Paralympics had comparatively little public profile. That all changed in 1992, when Tanni Grey-Thompson won the 4 gold medals and broke 3 world records. It is she, more than anyone else, who has been responsible for the attention now rightly given to the Paralympics. What is the source of this remarkable achievement? Dame Tanni's autobiography of 2001, Seize the Day, affords some insights, albeit expressed more modestly than her admirers would be inclined to do. She's a native of Cardiff, where she grew up obsessed with sport. Her role model was Gareth Edwards, perhaps the greatest player in the history of his sport. Little did she know that she was in turn destined to be the greatest competitor in the history of her sport. Dame Tanni was never going to be a rugby international, partly because she was a girl, but also because her spina bifida was gradually making walking more difficult. She started competing in wheelchair athletics and won her first national title at the age of 15. Her talent was at this stage a combination of natural ability and extraordinary determination. In order to carry her further, she needed to supplement these qualities with strength and with technique. The best place in Britain for an athlete who has intellectual as well as athletic ambitions is Loughborough, where Tanni the student read politics and social administration, and Tanni the athlete submitted herself to intensive training and coaching. She had already competed in the Seoul Paralympics of 1988, winning a bronze medal, but by the time she graduated from Loughborough in 1991, she had become an athlete of an altogether different order. And in the Barcelona Games of 1992, she established herself as the world's greatest wheelchair athlete. She began to win medals on an heroic scale. But as her autobiography makes clear, they are not the only goal. She writes, "Medals are important to me, but I am a perfectionist, and I judge myself by how well I have performed as much as by where I have finished." That sentiment reveals something important about what drives Dame Tanni. She is not content merely to win, because she also wants to meet the high standards of performance that she sets for herself. Athletics are the activity for which Dame Tanni is best known, but she is active in many other spheres, which include work as a television presenter in Wales and frequent guest appearances on radio and television. In the print media, she pops up in Now, Hello, Best, Women's Realm, Good Housekeeping, and most memorably, she is a bi-monthly contributor to Disability Now, where her feisty columns, which I commend to you, are filled with passion and good sense. She is hugely in demand as a public speaker and finds time to address bodies ranging from multinationals to women's institutes to medical groups. She is the patron of many sporting organisations and an active member of many sporting bodies. Somehow, in the midst of all this, she joins forces with her husband to raise their daughter, whose birth occasioned only the briefest of pauses in Dame Tanni's athletic activities. Dame Tanni's accomplishments have rightly been widely honoured. She has been BBC Wales Sports Personality of the Year, Welsh Woman of the Year, Welsh Sportswoman of the Year. In a BBC poll to establish the greatest Briton of all time, the list from 1 to 5 ran Stephen Hawking, Ian Dury, Tanni Grey-Thompson, Douglas Bader, and in 5th place, Winston Churchill. When Castles published a book that identified Britain's 50 sporting greats, she was one of only 4 women to be included. She has been honoured by a dozen universities and by a host of sporting organisations. Her run of civic awards that began with an MBE culminated in the award of a damehood in the 2004 New Year's Honours List. Mr. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate and the Council, I present to you Tanni Grey-Thompson that you may confer upon her the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws.
I give you the degree of Doctor of Laws. We welcome you among us and hearty congratulations, Lord your Pope. Congratulations indeed.
Thank you. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests and fellow graduates, thank you very much for allowing me to share this very special day. As an athlete, I've always been extremely fortunate that I've had a fantastic group of coaches around me who've been there to support me, cajole me, give me a big kick up the backside occasionally. But they've always been there through the ups and downs of my athletics career. But the one thing that kept me going through most of my career is actually a saying that my grandfather had, which I'll give you the English version because the Welsh might not make an awful lot of sense. But it's aim high even if you hit a cabbage. And it's slightly strange, but it's about having a goal and a dream. And if you excuse the pun, it's about putting yourself on the starting line and seeing what you can possibly achieve if you actually try your hardest. For you guys who are here today, you've put yourself on the starting line, you've aimed high, and you've achieved a fantastic amount. And one of the things that makes today so special for me is just seeing how wonderful all the graduates currently look sitting at the front. I do hope that at least a few of you have really shocked your lecturers and your parents with how wonderful you look today, because it is a very special day. I know it's not easy being a student. I know I gave my parents a fair amount of heartache with deadlines for essays and exams and my ability to empty their fridge within 3 minutes of me being home. But your friends and family are truly proud of what you've achieved today. They might not tell you how proud they are as often as you would probably like, but today is a fantastic opportunity for friends and family to really tell those who are graduating today just how wonderful they are, not just once, but maybe several times, because today is a fantastic day for everybody. And being an older athlete, because I'm 35, I'm getting on a bit, I do feel that I can actually pass on some words of advice to the graduates today. The most important thing I've learned in my athletics career is that you cannot possibly ever escape very proud parents and friends and family. It's just not worth trying, so don't bother. Your family will always be there in one way or another, mostly to question your choice of clothes, to argue about your hair colour, and debate whether you really need another pair of black shoes. That's just for the boys, let alone the girls. But please, as friends and family, do tell everyone here today how proud you are, because it is a wonderful day. And for those who are graduating today, it's not the end. It is in one case, but it's also the start of something very new and exciting. Use the opportunity that you have by having a degree and a master's and a doctorate to actually move on and grasp every opportunity that you can take from this to go on to new careers and new lives. And actually from today, the most important thing you can take away is make sure your friends and family take you out for a very, very nice meal tonight, because you are definitely worth it. So the Senate and Council, everyone here today, thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Let me begin by congratulating all those who have graduated here today, both our honorary graduates, who remind us of the achievements to which we can aspire, and those who have earned their degrees by passing examinations and writing theses. This is a great day for all of you and for your supporters, families, friends and teachers. And the graduation ceremony, with its pomp and formality, brings the whole university together and reminds us of its main purpose, the passing on of knowledge to a new generation. Many of you have travelled from distant lands to come to Leicester. I too have made such a journey since I live up in Edinburgh, a city that has been much in the news over the past few weeks. The focus of multiple demonstrations associated with the G8 summit at Gleneagles. As you know, the leaders of the rich nations of the world have acquired a guilty conscience and been persuaded of the novel idea that the rich should help the poor. In particular, Africa has been high on the agenda as a continent that has been lagging behind the rest of the world and suffers constantly from poverty, disease and famine. Although at my age I'm a little old to march in the streets, I very much sympathise with the objectives of those hundreds of thousands of people, including my son, who wanted to register their hope that more should be done to help Africa. No doubt more money will be forthcoming, and that is welcome. But at the end of the day, action has to be implemented by people. Developing countries need to educate and train more of their citizens so they can cope with the complex demands of the modern world. They need teachers, doctors, engineers, farmers, scientists, and an efficient civil administration that can raise the standard of living and modernize their society. This is where the universities can contribute. It is our task to turn out in large numbers and all the variety that the present world requires, the trained personnel who will help to improve the lives of those living in underprivileged societies. Whatever country you are from, or wherever you plan to work, you will in your own way be contributing to the welfare of the world's inhabitants. Of course, you will be motivated by many aims, from intellectual ambition to the support of your family. But you should always bear in mind your moral obligation to society as a whole, both within and outside the boundaries of your own country. As someone privileged to have enjoyed the benefits of higher education, you have to shoulder part of the burden of helping those who are less fortunate. Here in Leicester, we now turn out, as you can see, impressive numbers of new graduates from many countries and in a wide variety of disciplines. This is our contribution to the world, and I am personally happy to have presided over the occasion when we celebrate this achievement. I have now been Chancellor of Leicester for 10 years, and this is my last set of graduation ceremonies, the last chance I have of addressing such a large audience. I may not be able to compete with Bob Geldof, but I think I have a more impressive gown. In my 10 years, Leicester has matured into a major university. Every year, I hear the latest statistics from the Vice-Chancellor telling us how student numbers have grown, how we have more postgraduates than any other university in the country, and how research is flourishing in our departments. And right now, a vast new building program is underway that will provide an appropriate infrastructure for those increasing numbers. I congratulate the Vice-Chancellor and all his colleagues in the university for these achievements. I can retire happy in the knowledge that the university is thriving and has a great future before it. I have enjoyed my association with Leicester, and the image that will stay most firmly in my mind is that of a multinational, multicultural university with a wide range of students from all parts of the world and of all ages, a university fit for the future. Farewell. I now declare this congregation closed.